Hello and welcome to another episode on the official AE Racing YouTube channel. And today we're back at Silverstone. As you can see, the weather is incredible.
It's crap.
It's perfect for racing. But today we're doing something slightly different. We're not here to watch other race car drivers or other cars go around the track. We're here to watch one of our own, Mr. Michael over here, race around the track. So let's go have a look at the car and see what he's driving.
Let's go. Alright, so I'm the lucky bugger that gets to race this today, although the weather hasn't been that great for it, but we'll see how we get on. Just to tell you a little bit about the car and the race series. So this weekend's race is held by the Aston Martin Owners Club. That's why there's a fair few GT4s you might be able to see in the background. But the car that we're in today is a 1959 MGA coupe. So I'll just come and show you a little bit about it. So yeah, like I said, 1959, so it's a bit of an old beast, but yeah, so it's about 150 odd brake with a 1.8 engine in it, which a lot of them do change apparently to that style of engine. But if you come and have a look inside, it's pretty basic in there, to be honest. Big old school steering wheel, 4-point harness, and then a big ass roll cage. Everything you need to go racing, and a fire extinguisher down in the corner just in case things get really bad. But it's a fun little beast. It's a good little car to drive. You can do. This has got control tyres on it, so this race weekend, most of the cars have got to have a certain tyre. So these have got these old Avons on them, which are a certain tread pattern, and they have to be specific for that race series. Kind of like what we're doing with our build on our Mazda. There'll be a set control for that. But they're not the grippiest of things in the world. So you're still coming out of the corners, getting it sideways on the throttle, and then almost using the throttle to just keep the back end where you want it. But it is a really good fun car to drive. And then we'll find out how I do in a minute.
Okay, so Mike is just about to head out to do his qualifying session. How are you feeling about it, Mike?
Mostly nervous. Graham's in the car now, wiping down all the screens with an anti-fog mist so that we can see out the windows. The wipers are tiny and slow and crap, and the rain is getting worse and worse.
So it's going to be nice and interesting.
Yes.
Have you ever driven in the rain or this kind of weather before?
Not really, no.
So it's going to be a new experience all round then.
Yeah, and it's not my car, and we won't tell Graham how nervous I am because he doesn't need to know that bit yet.
But you have had experience in the car, haven't you? Like driving it on.
Yeah, we've done a couple of track days. Yeah, one at Goodwood, one at Castle Combe. Both quite fast circuits. Goodwood hasn't got much room for mistakes, so if we mess it up at Goodwood, you know about it. So yeah, just don't want to. There he is in the background. That's Graham. He owns the car.
But this is the this national circuit that you're going to be driving on today, isn't it? So
yeah,
at least you know the track well.
Yeah, it's the one we've been using on our simulator for the last couple of events as well, so I've spent plenty of time on the simulator doing it. And yeah, it's just going to be a case of seeing how it goes in the rain, really.
So you're well practiced, you know what you're doing, you've driven the car, it's just how fast you can drive it in the wet.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Just seeing what it's like, how it goes. I just don't know what it's going to be like in the wet as well.
Cool, well,
but, yeah.
Good luck then, mate, and we'll be watching from the sidelines.
Cheers, mate.
Okay, so Mike has just gone out to do the qualifying session. The session's 20 minutes long and each driver has to do a minimum of 3 laps. Now there's 2 drivers in the car today. One of them is called Graham and he's already been out and done I think about 5 or 6 laps. He's come back in and he's going to let Mike do the rest of the session just so he can get used to the car in these conditions because they're pretty bad. So let's go have a look and see how Mike's getting on. Alright, so Mike has just come in from his qualifying session. How'd you get on, Mike?
Yeah, we did all right. Well, Graham did all right. Yeah, he got us into 4th position, which means there's no pressure for the race at all. I've just got to be stuck in the front end of the car, trying to not kill everyone.
4th position's pretty good though. What was it like out there with the conditions?
Yeah, it's just a big learning curve. So as soon as I got into the first couple of laps, it was just trying to find where the brakes are, how hard I can brake, how the car feels when you're trying to turn in, and then how you're getting on the power. And it just wants to float around everywhere. And I went in deep down into Brooklands, outbraked myself in there, and just had to sort of take the exit road a little bit. Other than that, the rest of them have all been alright. You're getting on the power a bit, and you can feel it twitching out on you and just sliding a little bit, but it's all still quite controllable. And then it's just when the cars are coming around you, or you're approaching anyone or catching them, you just get so much mist and spray coming up, so that makes it a bit difficult. So in the race, that's going to be the interesting bit of seeing exactly how to get around someone if I have to.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be interesting. Do you think there's time to be made in certain places? There's certain corners you can take faster?
Yeah, on my side of it, definitely. I'm a couple of seconds off Graham's fastest lap.
And what did Graham get? It was a
122.0.
And yours was?
123.4.
3.4,
something like that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Something
So
like
you're not far off then?
It wasn't too far off. But yeah, the going up into Maggots and Beckett's, up into that little section there's a bit more late braking, and I think I could probably make a bit of time up there. And then the exit around Luffield, I could probably make a bit of time up there as well, I reckon. And then I could try go faster around Cops, but it gets really scary around there.
There's a lot of surface water on there as well.
Yeah, there is, yeah. The whole time you're going around that corner, which is the one just behind the sort of over there, it literally, you're just floating, like slightly oversteering all the way out like that. The whole time it's like, pooing yourself.
Well, after the qualifying session, it's basically wait for like 5 hours now until the actual race.
Yeah.
So there's other races going on. So we're going to get some lunch, recharge, refuel Mike, and then see how we get on in the race in a few hours. Alright, so many hours have passed since the qualifying session was completed. Mike and Graham, they finished in 4th position, and now we're on the cusp.
Mostly Graham.
Mostly Graham, yeah. And now we're on the cusp of the actual race itself. How are you feeling, Mike? You ready for it?
I think so. as ready as I'll ever be, anyway.
As you can see, the weather has slightly improved, but not by much.
Yeah, it's not been hammering it down. It's sort of held off a little bit, and it looks like there might be a bit of a drier racing line out there. I'm so nervous I can't speak.
So one thing we didn't sort of touch on earlier is that you've obviously got a race licence. You've done a bit of racing in the past, plenty of track days. The car that you normally sort of practice in is an old sort of Mazda car. Yeah. So how does that compare to like the classic sort of cars that obviously you're using today?
Yeah, I mean the main thing is the tyres really. So like I said before, these are on controlled tyres and they're more historic tyres. So you don't get anywhere near the amount of grip you do on a normal car. And then everything else is the same. So the brakes, you'll get a longer pedal. They feel a bit harder. You don't get the same braking effort you do, especially in our little Mazda. Our little Mazda will outbrake this, I'm pretty sure. And then the last race I actually did was in a 750 Formula car, and that had slicks and wings. So that was about as far away from that as you can get racing style. So yeah, it's just trying to race differently. And then with the rain and everything, it's just literally like trying to tiptoe around and find the grip where I can really and see how it feels. And then spend the entire time counter steering and just whatever happens trying to not bin it basically.
It sounds like a bit of a battle then when driving it.
Yeah, you're in it the whole time you're in it, you're just wrestling everything.
So obviously in between qualifying and the race there's a good sort of 5 hours or so.
Yeah.
I'm going to put you on the spot now. What did you get up to?
Well, we only live around a corner, so I went back home and practiced and started trying some different lines on the race settings on the game.
This is where you needed a racing simulator.
We needed a sim rig here basically, yeah.
You pull the trailer up next time.
Yeah, I just used the PlayStation 4 and it weren't very good. I might have made myself worse.
Well, they're about to take the car back onto the track to do the main race. Good luck, mate.
Cheers, mate.
We'll see you after.
Yep.
Right, so that is the race done and dusted. Mike's just got out of the car to come talk to us for a minute.
I didn't crash it.
You managed to survive it. How'd you get on, Mike?
It was awesome. It was hilarious how there was like grip was all over the place. And like some corners I was locking the brakes going into one lap. Next lap there was plenty of grip, and it felt like I was in the same position. But yeah, it was just trying to get out of corners, especially around Luffield. It was just stepping out the whole way, just back end sliding. Back markers you were going past, they were drifting. You were trying to avoid them whilst coming out at the same time and get the power on to get past them. It was nuts, but it was really cool. And then the really annoying bit was that the last couple of laps, someone snuck up the inside of me, and because it's not my car, I don't want to be racing too hard and risk any sort of. That's my excuse. He got past me, and then the guy right behind him pretty much just done the same thing right after him and followed it straight in, put me well out wide. But I spent the next couple of laps trying to get back to him, and another couple of laps I would have had him, but you know.
It was a good excuse.
That's it. We ended up 8th, 3rd in class, so 8th overall, which wasn't bad.
So that's not too bad. You started off 4th in the qualifying, and only dropped down 4 positions the whole race. Yeah, it was a 40-minute race as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, so, and it doesn't help when I stalled the car twice trying to get out of the pit lane,
which we got footage of.
But that wasn't my fault either. That was because Gray, the driver who pulled in the qualifying, just pulled in, left it in neutral, and that was it. This time he put the handbrake on. I didn't know he did. So they're telling me, just screaming, go, go, go. And I stalled it twice and wondering why I wouldn't pull away. And then Graham dives in the passenger side and pulls the handbrake off. I was like, oh, for Christ's sake.
Got it. It's good drama. So there you have it then. It's been a great day, although a very wet day.
Yeah.
But we managed to get around the track safely. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
And it's just starting to pick up again, actually. The rain's starting to come down a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's it. It's over and done with now. So we're going to pack up, head over, probably get a pint somewhere on the way back.
Yeah.
But remember, hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Because next time Rob's racing.
Yeah.